Hello, my name is Dean Bradford, and I'm actually getting on with my story writing, which I'm writing actually my first big book. My mind's been plagued with so many memories of stories that I should have written that I've got to come out and get lost and take on the isolation of Britain. And this is where I find myself in a 1937 Fremont London boat. It's absolutely chucking it down outside, but that doesn't bother me. I've been busy for the last few weeks getting on with one of my most epic stories that I've never written, but it's all right in there. Right. Let me show you where I've got so far. This is the name of the story, Sunset Dreams, by I Dean Bradford. It's not very clear right now, but this is just a prototype of what I'm heading towards. And I've written that out on both sides of the paper. On this old Smith Corner typewriter. There is 16 pages at the moment, and I've actually discovered the best way to get the words out. Before you start writing, you need to get yourself completely isolated and away from all modern society, and that means computers, mobile phones, and computer games and everything. And what you need to do is get a mechanical typewriter. Another thing is, when you're writing a story, is that you don't want to be worried about your work just getting erased just like that. And that's one thing that stopped me from writing for so many years, is that I didn't trust computers. I know I have written stuff in the past and people say keep backing it up, but if you keep having to think about backing it up, you're going to mess about with that flow of information. This is what I call isolation. At least 1.5 miles away from a road. That's a good start. First of all, I had to work out the typewriter. I'm not familiar with this mechanical types, but I soon, after a while, I got used to it all. But first thing was, I couldn't find a number 1 or a 0. After a bit of a study, I noticed that little l creates a 1, and the capital naught. No, because I wanted to say 0, but it's a O. But capital O, right, that will give you the 0. So that's how you get round that bit. Then the other bit I had to get round is the ribbon. It kept going all the way to the end, and I had to wind it back all manually. But then I eventually discovered that the switch here changes its direction, so you can go back left and right, left to right. But that's not after writing a lot of information like that. So look, now I'm on to chapter 3, and I'm definitely going to churn out as much as I can today. The thing is that worry is one of the worst things that can intervene in disturbing the writing process. So you have to at least get in touch with all your friends in advance and tell them you're going to be writing and not to bother you. And then another thing, if you worry about spelling mistakes and grammar and stuff like that whilst you're typing, you're using so much tense concentration from your mind, which actually puts like a brick wall up against the flow of the stories that to come out. if you just keep that flow going, just go back when you finish the book, then push through it. And then I think we're losing a lot of really good writers because people are being too tense when they're writing. It's actually good enough to shut that door again. It's just started to rain. And it's now booking it down. But all adds to the nice mood that you get. Perfect for writing. Also, a thermos full of nice strong coffee. Well, for me anyway, because it only keeps up going with it. And this is where to keep the coffee a bit hot for a bit of time while you're writing. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that coffee there and my typing will be able to carry on for at least 3 hours before I have a break, and then maybe in 3 hours time that'll be another chapter. Or well, I try to put chapters there as a way to get me to come away from typing, but I also make sure it's a point that's worth making a chapter out as well. So well, I suppose now I should tell you more about the book I'm writing. It is an amazing creative story like no other. It's called Sunset Dreams, and it's about a boy who flies a microlight during sunset from one of the Scottish islands of Skye and ends up visiting another land. But this story leaves you wondering whether he's gone to a parallel universe or whether he is just experiencing dreams whilst flying. Follow this story as it becomes one of the most epic adventures ever recorded into writing, being written in a historical boat that was used by the Secret Services during the war as a vessel that moved sensitive documents from Sunderland flying boats to Bletchley Park. And now I write history whilst I write on this historical boat, adding to a new future and a past for the future to treasure. We have managed to get ourselves some blueprints of how it would have looked during the war. Here we see that there used to be an adaptation at the back to assist the boat during the time of need, and mounting gun on the top. And if you look here, you can see more detail of how the boat was positioned and how it was set up during the time of need. Here is a document from the Motorboat magazine from 1937 when this boat was originally reviewed. We've had our fair share of visitors to the boat from the radio stations and tabloids investigating the past and history of the boat's uses. At Halloween, I had the boat down outside the Witch and Wardrobe in Lincoln. Now we can bring the boat back from the past to today. Let's make new history. I do have some great short stories online for you to read, to check out my amazing creativity. Look on Google for Stories of Our Dreams, or look up the title Destiny is Chocolate. You will find a mystical story about a magical box of chocolates. I won't say any more than that, just read that and you'll have a good idea of what sort of imagination I've got. I also recommend you read Coins of Destiny, about a young boy in the arcade in the 80s who meets a chap who looks like the chap out of the Gadget Show from the future, standing next to an Afterburner games machine, and basically makes a deal with the chap who gives him 2 coins, one that lets him go into the future by 10 years, and the other coin goes back in time 10 years, but only as far as the game machine is available. Did I say any more? It's a time travel story, but it's a time travel story that takes you through the ages of video gaming and today, and it's brilliant inspiration for anyone who reads it. And once you've read them 2 stories, you can check out other ones I've written as well if you like, but you'll see that all my short stories have got so much in them that you'll know that when I write this book here, what I'm writing right now, you'll know that I'll be writing something really good when it comes to a full story. All my stories are full, but this time I'm putting a lot more description and story into my stories, so therefore each moment is as magical as the rest. So get ready for me and my imagination coming your way. I'll be grateful for anyone who can help share my video, and hopefully my video will inspire other people, because once I get out there and become a popular writer, I want to help other people who are unfound, and if anything, nurture and help them to become brilliant writers too, because it's not fair all them great potential writers out there who will never write unless they are assured that all they need to do is keep the flow going, and that's it. Don't let grammar stop you from writing, because that can aid in being part of the writer's block. Too much thinking technically when you need to let the information flow out like fresh mountain water, and just keep writing it as it comes and you'll be alright. Just don't. Main thing is also, it's best to wake up in the morning in a location isolated, leave all your worries at home in the day that has gone, and make sure that this day is dedicated to your writing and nothing else. And let your words flow, just like this stream right here. Your words will just keep on coming out. It means even if you're dyslexic or have problems with spelling or anything like that, it doesn't mean you've not got a problem with imagination. So what I'm trying to say here is, if you're creative and you've got an imagination, don't let them other things worry you, because this is why I'm making this video, because I believe there's a lot of amazing writers out there undiscovered because of they've not been to learn anything like how things are meant to be done. People follow constructed rules that they learnt from like studying and so on, but if you have the few people who didn't take them routes, they could discover new ways of writing about things in ways that make story writing even more interesting. Let's all write amazing stories. What an intensive chapter 3 that was. Well, I need to rest my brain for the night now, and follow me on my blog as I progress through my story, and have fun, people.